What's shaking, everybody? It's your boy King of the Golden State here with a haul from Las Vegas from last week, and I'm a little late posting this. I haven't got around to it, but I'm doing it now. And yeah, it was a good time out there, and nice and hot. Just learned that being out there, you know, black people need sunscreen too. So kind of shocking. Yeah, I know, right? Newsflash. But yeah, I'm peeling like you wouldn't believe. But yeah, went out to the out there at the vacation over there in Las Vegas to celebrate a friend's birthday, and it was a good time. I caught a couple of comic shops, hung out with Ray Jr. from Comic Book Fanatics, also Orlando Rivera, Big O, lives out there. So check out their channels. I'll see if I can squeeze a link in the description below. But they showed me a couple comic shops out in the area, and I decided to go bounce at one or two afterwards. Like I think, let me see, I checked out Cheese Boy for a minute, and also Celestial for a minute. The cab ride was kind of pricey going out there, so I figured I'd just spend a few minutes out there and grab a few books, until the cab driver got sick of me. So anyway, let me show you guys what I picked up. And because basically it started off with a small pile of books, and it turned into an actual short box of books, which, I don't know, I got addiction problems, man. I don't know what's my problem. But anyway, let me get started. Let's see. Got this one. The Flash, number 233. It was 15, but it was a little cheaper than that. The guy was able to give it to me for a smaller price. I don't like talking about prices pretty much, honestly, because, like I said before in previous videos, if I say a price, of how much I paid for it, I don't think you guys would probably believe me anyway. I could have said I got this book for free. I could have said I got this book for $15. I'm not one of those people who like to talk about how much I paid for it, because really it doesn't make a difference. I mean, like, it's not like I could say I got this book for $2 and you guys ran off. You guys are going to run off to that same comic store and get it for that same price. Everyone has their own prices they can get books for. So, yeah, I got it for a pretty decent price. I I didn't realize I didn't have this issue. But what drew it to me was it's kind of a perverted cover, if you think about it. I mean, the whole thing about Reverse Flash, talking about now he's taking the Flash's life, I'll take his wife. And it's like, that's kind of creepy. Kind of, stalkerish in a way. But, I guess that's a Reverse Flash for you. But I love the Flash. Great series. Sometimes I think that character is an underrated character. And this book is actually in pretty good condition, so I got to pick it up. Also, they also had another issue of the Flash. Flash 226. I'm trying to decide between being the fastest. He's trying to. Yeah. God, I think I had something to drink here. What the hell did I have a drink? Oh, well, a Blue Moon. I can't decide if I'm a hero or a villain, or I'm the Flash or Captain Cold. So I guess this issue he had to decide between which one he was. And I've also got a solo adventure of Green Lantern in this issue. So looking forward to getting around to reading this at some point. Also picked up this one. Well, if you look at the cover, it kind of throws you off a little bit, because, when you first look at the cover, I mean, I look at this cover and I see Batman and Robin look like they're about to fight over Black Widow. Because if you look at the back here, this figure here could possibly be the Black Widow. I haven't read it yet. It's probably Talia al Ghul, but I figure why not? It looks, the cheap price, it wasn't like $10. He got to give me a pretty good deal for it. So I figured, why the hell not? And plus the cover is cool. It kind of reminds me like Batman and Robin are fighting over Black Widow, and Black Widow's a Marvel comic character. So pick that up. I also picked this one up. If you guys watch the Gotham TV show, you got one of the characters in the show. It was the second season, a character called Firebug. And this one is the first appearance of Firebug. So it's not the same character off the TV show from the looks of it, but I figure why not? You never know how this whole TV show goes anyway. So it was a pretty cheap price. Like I said, cheaper than the price I paid for it. It's like $10 says there on the ticket, and the guy gave me a discount for it because he knew I was from out of town. And yeah, I'm trying to really try to collect up on some Batman issues, earlier stuff. Also got another Batman from another comic store. I got late last week, and I just got it because of the cover. The cover looked cool, and it just says right there, watch out, watch out for that first step. Batman, it's a killer. So I'm trying to collect up on these Batman issues, like the earlier ones, because as much as people like the dark costume, I love the classic costume probably a little bit better. The blue and gray and the yellow belt, because you need to keep in mind, Batman is the Dark Knight detective. He's not just the Dark Knight. He's also, the Dark Knight detective. So anyway, pick those up. I picked some of those up, from there. Also, let me see what else I picked up. I saw a couple of variants, so I picked this one up. They had a pretty good price for the variants. They were like $5, because I guess they were getting piled up. But Ultimates #1, it's a Terry Dodson cover, and I know a lot of people like Frank Cho and Adam Hughes and such. Terry Dodson is very underrated. Terry and his wife Rachel Dodson are very underrated artists, and they do great work. They don't get the kind of love that Frank Cho or Adam Hughes get, but man, my God, they do great work. And I saw this cover and it kind of grabbed me, so I didn't even know this cover came out. And this is from that new Ultimate series at the point. They had a lot of variant covers for the first issue. They had like a hip hop cover and what have you, and of course the regular cover. But this one is a really cool cover, and I couldn't help but grab it, especially with the price of like $5. Or was it $5? Anyway, what else did I pick up? I also picked up a couple of Avengers issues. Avengers 201. I also picked up Avengers 200. I mean, if it's got George Perez involved in the Avengers, sign me up. So, picked these up from, I think from Celestial Comics. And I think that's when the cab driver got tired of me and said, I gotta go. So, I'm looking around to pick up some more Avengers issues, and, especially the ones done by George Perez. I did pick up a lot of the Avenger issues that had that were from the Heroes Reborn run that George Perez did, and I'm still trying to lock up on those. I gotta update my comic collection on that one, but yeah, Perez killed it on a lot of these Avengers issues, big time. So pick those up. Trying to get started on the whole Marvel 2-in-1 with Thing and the whole Coming of Her, so this is like the first issue I got of it is Marvel 2-in-1 61 Thing and Starhawk being from the Guardians of the Galaxy, and I know I got the San Diego Comic-Con coming next week, so good chances are I'll find it down there, so grab that. Also picked up, there were a couple of Webb's Spider-Man I picked up, and I already have the trade for Kraven's Last Hunt. These are right in front of me, so I figured, I might as well get single issues. And I might actually get back into collecting Web of Spider-Man. I used to have a lot of issues of Web of Spider-Man, but I sold them, and I wouldn't mind rereading them again. I mean, like Web of Spider-Man and Spectacular Spider-Man, don't get as much love as Amazing Spider-Man. I mean, they're not great series and all that, but they were decent. I mean, I liked them, but yeah, like the whole Kraven's Last Hunt was a good storyline, and then you got a bunch of these Web of Spider-Mans, great covers, especially by Mike Zeck. So I had to go ahead and pick these up. They're pretty good. So I'm gonna keep running on that with the whole Web of Spider-Man. Also picked up another Web of Spider-Man. It's the Web of Spider-Man number 18, and that was the Eddie Brock cameo appearance in here. And I'm gonna probably sit back and read this one at some point because, why not? I have it. So it's the Eddie Brock cameo in Web of Spider-Man. So I don't think there were that many issues of Web of Spider-Man that came out. I think that was the least liked title probably, and I'm gonna probably lock up on those issues just to have them. So I don't know. I hoard books sometimes. It's crazy. This one we also got here too was Amazing Spider-Man 261, and it's a Charles Vess cover. Charles Vess needs to draw more books. I mean, if there's anybody who should probably do alternate and variant covers and what have you, it should be Charles Vess. I mean, the guy still, I don't think draws as much as he used to, for comic books. I mean, I think he does some fantasy art here and there, but Charles Vess is, in my opinion, really good artist. He's a really good artist, and yeah. This one I was missing some. I think this was like the last book I was missing in my 200s in the Spider-Man run, and I'm very happy to finally, fill that spot. So, got that. One of my favorite books I got, which I'm going to probably send to get pressed, even though it's kind of got like one little crease, and they sold it to me for a good price, was Daredevil 131. This is a grail for me. Only problem is, there's a little crease down there, so I'm gonna try to get that. I'm gonna see what they could do about that. I doubt they could do anything good with that. When it comes to pressing it out, but I'm gonna get it pressed regardless, and see where everything lands and get this thing slabbed as well. Just found it in the wild, and I couldn't turn it away, so I got that for. It was under $100, but I don't know. I might go, because there's a lot of stuff coming up next week for the San Diego Comic-Con, and God, man, I'm probably gonna I might go after this copy again, more of a higher grade. I don't know. This might just be a reader's copy. I don't know. I'll figure it out once I get on the San Diego Comic-Con, because San Diego Comic-Con is a whole different animal. So who knows? We'll figure it out. Because a lot of stuff goes down there. You go down there with a plan for San Diego Comic-Con, and next thing you know, you spent like your rent, So, and plus there's a lot of free stuff, but the exclusives could be a pain in the ass. Also got this from my neighborhood comic store. It was just sitting there in the box. It says Captain America 107. Captain America crying about his boyfriend Bucky. Oh, Bucky, poor Bucky, I miss you, Bucky. But anyway, I mean, this one I got for about under $30. I don't really see too much wrong with it. I mean, it probably could use a pressing, and a cleaning. That's about it. So I'm, that's not until after I read it. I mean, why not? I mean, it was under $30, So I might as well. I mean, like, there's some work going on over here. I mean, the book is slightly uneven. There might be a printing issue down there. A couple of color breaks, but other than that, I mean, I take it out the bag, it presents pretty well. So I'm probably gonna get it cleaned and pressed so I could get it slabbed at some point. Because I mean, I've seen this book go for higher, but poor Bucky. I miss you, Bucky. Yeah, I know, I'm crazy. Picked up also this. This was in one of the comic shops I went to down there in Vegas. X-Men 16. It's a VG. VG Plus, actually. And, I mean, to me, I think it presents pretty well. I mean, it's got some indents on the top. Like somebody must have been trying to write notes or draw stuff on it, on the book, trying to use it as a hard surface. So, I don't know if I could probably get that cover pressed. I mean, it's got small, tiny little lines that are indented, like somebody was using a pen, or trying to put paper on top of it and like draw something over the book. It's amazing what people did with comic books, over the years that, you run into, you'll see a comic book and some kid scribbled in it, or somebody, used it to write a note, just take down somebody's phone number. It's just silly, but yeah, it's another book added to my X-Men collection. As far as my X-Men collection goes, for me, I got almost everything, and as far as my Uncanny X-Men run, the only thing I don't want to collect, and I think it's a waste of money, is the reprints. When it comes to like everything from like I think X-Men 67 to X-Men 93, I just refuse to include those in my collection because they're reprints of comics I pretty much already have, and I just don't see any point about coming out with more money to add that to the collection. Yeah, so hopefully you can't blame me for that. Also, I was thinking about Frank Punisher 88, another YouTuber, and he was talking about how he got this, and picked this up, and I had to pick it up because I couldn't find it anywhere where I lived in the Bay Area, and I was able to find it in Vegas, and it's World's Finest 153. And if you've seen this book, you know the significance of this book. It's the infamous movie, the infamous meme where Batman bitch slaps Robin, and it's in here. Like I said, let me see if I can crack it out real quick and show you. This one presented pretty well. I mean, it's a fine copy. The guy had like 3 or 4 copies. My best friend bought one, but he didn't buy the copy as good as the one I found. He had a lower grade copy, so there you go. Yeah, so this one's got the infamous, meme where he, bitch slapped Robin right across the way, and of course, got that little printing issue right down the middle of that panel. But hey, whatever. I mean, it presents very well, and yeah, it's pretty clean. I mean, I like it. It's I don't think I'm gonna need to really just go press it. I mean, it's got an indent or two, but I mean, I'm fine with it. So. Ever since Frank mentioned that Punisher 88, I still had that on my list, and now I can take it off my list. So, yeah. In case you guys are looking for it, it's World's Finest. I got it for about God, how much I get it for? I think it was less than 15, but not by much. But it doesn't matter. I mean, like I said, I don't want to really mention how much I got for prices on books because, like I said, it doesn't make a difference. But it presents very well for this issue. I mean, it's a pretty old one. And 1965. Love stuff like that. And then, yeah, I got grabbed a bunch of Avengers, like I said, from the Heroes Reborn run. But I don't want to bore you with some of those things. A bunch of Miss Marvel stuff, some Supergirl action, the Turner and run of Supergirl where he did some of the covers. Some JSA, picked up a lot of stuff. So, trying to fill up also in the Fathom run, so a bunch of Fathom, because ever since the whole talk about the Michael Turner stuff that came out, I figured, let me pick up some Michael Turner stuff that he did from long ago, and he did some really good, like stuff, like I found this one here in the wild by Michael Turner. And it was a Supergirl. I love that cover. I mean, there's not too much done there by Turner, but it's still a great cover nonetheless. So, I might actually, dig through this run for a little bit and see if I like Supergirl. And who knows? Maybe I'm collecting Supergirl at the right time since the since the TV show has moved to CW. Also picked up this variant also from the comic shop. It was Captain Marvel number 2. And it's a variant edition, of course, and it's by Phil Jimenez. And Phil Jimenez is he's another one of those guys who's an underrated artist. I love his work, and he should probably do his own comic. I mean, he's one of those guys who I think is another underrated artist, like Terry Dodson. So, that one was good. I'm not going to show you every book I have here, guys, because it would take another 20 minutes in this video. And I am approaching that 20-minute line, where I'm probably boring the living daylights out of you. So, let me see if there's anything else in here. I know I got a bunch of Avengers stuff here, but there's a lot of George Perez stuff. I'm a big George Perez fan. So, but as far as everything I have, as far as like the Miss Marvel stuff, I bought a whole run of the Justice Society of America. That's the first issue. That's it. But it was, that one was a pretty good price. So by Jeff Jones, I gotta read that, sit back and just give that a whole run through. But get into the old Justice Society. But anyway, that was it, guys. That's all I got from the Las Vegas. Like I said, some of them I picked up from my local comic shop not too long ago. But I just wanted to get that one off my chest, guys. And if you guys like what you see, or feel like telling me what you got from your guys' comic shop or comic show or what have you, please let me know. Leave a like on the video if you like it. I could keep making more videos and annoy people. And yeah, if you've subscribed to me, welcome. If you haven't, please do. It's right down below on the lower right of the screen, if I recall. And other than that, I will talk to you guys in the next video. Peace.